I am running a Bitcoin 4-year cycle bracket. As we all know, Bitcoin has these 4-year cycles that are connected to the Bitcoin halving. And as you know, I've been telling you for a while that Bitcoin has been in a bear market. So I've been giving these predictions for almost a year now, showing some of my price targets and the general timeline for Bitcoin's future price. And as we start to enter the bottom of that halving cycle, I figured now would be a great time to start running a Bitcoin bracket competition. So you can sign up for free on the website, no payment necessary, and you can just submit a bracket. The challenge is to see if your price pattern will match up with the actual path that Bitcoin takes through the halving cycle, and then we'll just keep track of it with a leaderboard here. If your bracket gets 100% accuracy, there will be a $1,000 prize pool given to those winners, and so make sure you read the terms before you submit it, because we just want to make sure that there's honesty in the competition. So when you load up the website, you'll be able to come in and you will just be able to click the squares in the pattern that you think Bitcoin will take, and you can pretty much click wherever you want. So the lowest on this graph will be 25,000. I would be very, very shocked if Bitcoin actually goes below that. But again, if you think it's going down there, you can go ahead and predict that. So if you want to stab at seeing how accurate your prediction is, give it a shot here, and you can just submit and add your bracket to our leaderboard here, and then it'll rank and keep track of your scores over time. And then you can check on other people's brackets to see how they're doing. Now, as we know, Bitcoin is starting to enter into that bottom zone down here, and so I will be flipping bullish here in just a couple months. In fact, a lot of you have been asking about when I've started buying, and since we've started to break down below that 60,000 threshold that I've put up here, I would say now would be a great time to just start, or at least start thinking about buying Bitcoin. So obviously I've given this sort of timeline between July and November of this year to start buying Bitcoin, but of course, if we drop far below this price path here, that would be an amazing place to start entering into positions. So another great thing is that as Bitcoin sort of had this bull trap up here, I was telling you guys to just watch out for a move downward. I wasn't expecting it to be so fast, and so I said last time it would take the whole month of May, and it sure did, with the move finishing on June 1st. Now that we're down here, Bitcoin has continued to fall down through these zones, and it's very likely it's going to collapse below into the 50,000s. Now, how much below that isn't super clear. We do have some resistance points back here at 49,000, so it would take kind of a lot to get below that, although it wouldn't be unprecedented. So as Bitcoin is dropping below though into that 59,000 region, I've been telling you guys about this for a long time, and so if you're still thinking that Bitcoin won't be dropping, well, you should make a Bitcoin bracket and prove to us where you think that Bitcoin's going. So if you want to show up on these top leaderboards here, make sure to get your bracket submitted. Submissions will be closing in about 2.5 weeks. The deadline will be on July 19th, and after that, the submissions will be locked. So if you want to get your Bitcoin bracket into our leaderboard here, make sure to get it submitted before July 19th. Yeah, and then you'll be able to come in and check on your rank up here and see how you're stacking up against everyone else. And then obviously over time, we will see how Bitcoin starts to play out, and I'm really interested to see how some of your predictions play out. So some people have some predictions that are pretty high, some have predictions that are pretty low, so make sure to get your prediction in there. It is at the bottom of the cat charts page. I've also added a news cloud to this page. I've been trying to add some more tools to analyze the news. We have this bearish and bullish news sentiment gauge here that just takes keywords from the articles, but also I've added some bubble charts for just the general news of the day, how it's going. You can see that things have been pretty bearish lately, which we're also keeping track up here with the community sentiment, and this white line has been the news sentiment, and that's been going down for a while. I've also then been tracking it on this chart here so that you can see how the news has been correlated with price going up and down, as well as just news announcements announcements and how those have been affecting price. But I've also added a news topic cloud so that you can very quickly get a feel for what are the current topics in the media. And they've been talking about ETFs for a while, and then I've decided to go ahead and track that every day, picking up the most popular topic, which has been ETFs for a while now. So something just kind of useful so that you can kind of get a feel for the market without reading all of these different articles. You can see that we're talking about ETF outflows specifically, and that XRP and Dogecoin come up a lot as well. If you have a Bobcat or Lion subscription, it will give you access to what the AI model has predicted for the future price action. Otherwise, it's up to you to just give us your best bracket. So you got 17 days to enter. Go ahead and get your bracket in before the submissions are due, and then you'll be able to show up on this leaderboard here. All right, so have fun with that. And as always, stay safe trading out there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.